Welcome to our broadcast. The question of what United States President Donald Trump truly aims to achieve in Iran is at the forefront of global discussions. President Trump has explicitly stated his desire for the current Iranian regime to be removed from power. However, this ambitious goal is being met with significant skepticism, not only from opposition Democrats, but also, according to a recent report, from within the very corridors of the White House. Unconfirmed reports suggest that several high-ranking United States government officials harbor doubts about the effectiveness of the current strategy. Specifically, there's a strong belief that the recent killing of Iran's supreme leader will not lead to a swift collapse of the leadership in Tehran. Reuters, the prominent news agency, claims to have spoken with three well-placed insiders from the US government, all of whom possess deep knowledge of intelligence matters. These sources have reportedly voiced concerns, suggesting that Iran's already weakened opposition is unlikely to be capable of toppling the theocratic system that has been in place since 1979. While none of the insiders completely ruled out the eventual downfall of the Iranian leadership, acknowledging that the government has been weakened by American and Israeli airstrikes, significant personnel losses, and the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, they emphasized that such a scenario is highly improbable in the short term. The Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, had reportedly anticipated even before the recent attacks that representatives from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, known as the IRGC, or other hardline clerical figures, would likely assume leadership of any successor government in Iran. This assessment was reportedly presented to the White House in the weeks leading up to the attacks. One insider highlighted the extensive patronage network operated by the Revolutionary Guard Corps. This network, they explained, is crucial for securing internal loyalty and maintaining the cohesion of the group. Furthermore, it was noted that despite the massive protests that erupted in January, there were no known defections from the ranks of the guards. Such defections are considered a prerequisite for any successful revolution. President Trump has publicly justified the joint American and Israeli airstrikes, stating their objective includes the overthrow of Iran's repressive governmental system. Over the past weekend, he asserted that many members of the Revolutionary Guard Corps, the military, and other security and police forces no longer wish to fight and are looking to the United States for immunity. He warned that this opportunity for immunity is available now, but might not be in the future. Whether these statements accurately reflect the situation or were merely intended to sow doubt and discord within Iran's security apparatus remains unclear. Democratic Senator Chris Coons has openly questioned President Trump's assertions. Speaking to CNN, Senator Coons stated, quote, "I know no example in modern history where a regime change has come about solely through airstrikes," unquote. Both the United States and Israel are notably reluctant to deploy ground troops, fearing significant casualties among their forces. There are also concerns about images and videos documenting such losses, especially just months before the upcoming US midterm elections. Consequently, President Trump has repeatedly urged the Iranian populace to seize the moment and rise up to overthrow their current regime. Jonathan Panikoff, a former United States intelligence officer now with the Atlantic Council, offered a grim perspective, saying that if the government in Iran does not fall, quote, "the remnants of the regime who have the weapons will probably use them to stay in power," unquote. President Trump himself indicated on Sunday that the military conflict with Iran could potentially extend for another 4 weeks. Internally, the US government is actively engaged in debates regarding its future strategy towards Iran. Following the January protests, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff held discussions with opposition figure Reza Pahlavi, who is the son of Iran's last Shah. However, questions remain about the ability of any United States-backed opposition figure to effectively control the country. In a notable shift, President Trump also announced on Sunday his intention to resume communication with Tehran. This signal suggests that Washington, at least in the short term, anticipates the continued existence of the current Iranian government. Meanwhile, within Iran itself, a newly formed leadership council assumed the duties of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei over the past weekend. This evolving situation highlights the complexities and inherent uncertainties surrounding one of the world's most critical geopolitical flashpoints. We will continue to monitor developments closely. What's your take on Trump's Iran ambition challenged? White House doubts regime change? Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.